Today is Wednesday. December 10th, 2025, right? Okay. So today we're gonna practice our past continuous. Today I wanna know, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.? ¿Qué estaban haciendo ayer a las 8 p.m.? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.? For example, I was teaching English online. English online yesterday at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Remember, guys, when we use past continuous, we use subject, verb to be in past, verb with ing, right? I was teaching English online yesterday at 8 p.m. We're going to talk about what we were doing at this time in the past, at this point in the past, yesterday at 8 p.m. Let's start with Paula. Paula, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I doing his homework.
I was doing, my friend. I was doing homework. Okay? I was doing homework, says Paula. Excellent. What about David? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m., David?
I was studying math.
I was studying math. Math, says David, right? Okay, what about Helen? Helen, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was researching, investigando
Researching, very
a
good.
topic.
A topic, very good. I was researching a topic. Estoy investigando un tema, right? Very good, Helen. What about, hello, Martin, how are you? Martin, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I play video game, teacher.
I was playing, my friend. Was playing video games. Because we're using past continuous, okay? Danny, what about you? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was bathing.
I was waiting. Okay. Says Danny. What about Heidi? Heidi, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was doing my homework.
My homework. We're good. This is Heidi. What about Rosita? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m., Rosita?
I was eating dinner.
I was eating dinner. We're good. I was eating dinner. What about Jonathan? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was doing my natural things homework.
I was doing my natural science homework. Homework, very good. This is Jonathan, right? Give me 1 minute, my friends. Okay, let's continue with Malky. What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was playing video games with my brother.
Again, I was playing video games with my brother, says Malky. Excellent. Sophie, what about you? What were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was study.
Mhm.
Study.
I was studying. Okay. Cami, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was doing correction exam.
Good. You can say the correction
The correction
of my exam.
on
Very good.
my
Thank you, Cami. Okay, who else is missing? Allison, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was doing math homework.
Good. I was doing math homework. Nicole, what were you doing yesterday at 8 p.m.?
I was watching movies.
I'm watching movies. We're good. Okay, guys, so yesterday at 8 p.m., I was teaching English online yesterday at 8 p.m. Paula was doing homework, David was studying math, Helen was researching topic, Martin was playing video games, Danny was waiting, Heidi was doing her homework, Rosita was eating dinner, Jonathan was doing his natural science homework, Malky was playing video games with his brother, Sophie was studying, Gabby was doing the correction of her exam, and Allison was doing math homework, and Nicole was watching movies, right? Very good. Okay, so let's continue with our books, my friends. Let's continue with our book. Okay, so today we're going to start with this topic. Okay. It says vocabulary and speaking. We're going to talk about adjectives plus nouns. Okay. So it says adjective plus noun, right? Please, Helen, read the instruction number 1.
work with a partner, match the groups of adjectives with the noun.
Good. Match the groups of adjectives with the noun, right? So, for example, we have here adjectives, we have here nouns, right? We have adjectives, we have nouns. So, for example, we have delicious or fresh food, right? We have here adjectives que tienen que tener sentido con el sustantivo con el que vayamos a trabajar. Ya sabemos todos estos adjetivos. Se me parece que hay uno que no hemos visto. Y estos sustantivos también ya conocemos. Entonces, a ver, tell me which one makes sense. For example, delicious food, right? Danny, what do you think if I say old, young, tall? What noun would make sense?
People.
People, very good. Young, old people, young people, tall people, right? Makes sense. Let's go, please, with Jonathan. Jonathan, if I say warm and sunny, cold and wet, what noun would make sense with these adjectives?
Car.
Nope. Warm and sunny, cálido y con sol, cold and wet, frío y húmedo. What noun would make sense?
Sport.
No, no trates de adivinar tampoco, my friend. Don't worry, no te preocupes. A ver, let's go with someone else. Paula, what do you think? What noun would make sense with this one? Weather, very good. Weather. Remember, Jonathan, por si acaso, si quieres anota, ya habíamos visto esta palabra, pero anótala de nuevo. Weather quiere decir clima. Clima, my friend, okay? For example, I say warm weather, sunny weather, cold weather, wet weather, right? Nicole, what about if I say fast or expensive? Rápido, caro. Fast or expensive, what could we say?
Car.
Car, yes, exactly. Fast and expensive car, right? What about this one? Let's go with Heidi. It says funny, interesting, boring. What do you think? What could we say?
Film.
Sorry?
Films.
Films. Very good. Funny films, interesting films, boring films, right? Rosita, if I say big, busy, cosmopolitan, what do you
City.
think? City. Very good. And finally, David, dangerous, exciting.
Sport.
Sport. Very good. Dangerous or exciting sport, right? So I have adjectives that make sense, right? Make sense with this. Delicious or fresh food. Old, young, tall people, right? Fast or expensive cars. Warm and sunny, cold and wet weather, right? Fast or funny, interesting or boring films. Big, busy, cosmopolitan city. Dangerous or exciting sport, for example, right? Excellent. Okay, guys. Okay. Give me 1 minute, please. One minute, guys. Hello, Henry. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, teacher.
Hello, my friend. Okay, so we're going to do these exercises, my friends. So we already said, right? We already said. Old, young, tall people. Warm, sunny, wet weather. Fast or expensive car. Funny, interesting, boring films. Films is the same as movies, my friends, okay? Big, busy, cosmopolitan city, right? Dangerous, exciting, sport. For example, right? Sport. Okay, guys. So. Please read instruction number 2, Rosita.
Complete the sentences with words from exercise 1. Compare answer with a partner.
Very good. So for example, number 1, a Ferrari is what? An expensive car, right? It's an expensive car. We can't go for a walk. It's too cold and wet, right? Cold and wet. The weather is cold and wet. What do you think about this one, Helen? Let's analyze this one. Number 3. It says, how is your brother? And it says, he's very 1.9 meters. What do you think? What adjective could go here, Helen?
Tall.
Tall, yes. How tall is your brother? He's very tall. 1.9 meters, right? Okay. For example, it says here, let's go with David. It says, I think motor racing is creo que las carreras de carros is what do you think? What could it be if we use these adjectives?
Fast, expensive.
Nope. No, tienes que combinar uno de estos con uno de estos. One adjective with one noun. What do you think could be? Recuerda que es considerado, las carreras son consideradas un deporte. Y te doy una pista. What could it be? I think motor racing is
Sport.
yes, but what? Dangerous or exciting? Could be both. Podría ser cualquiera, David. Puede ser dangerous sport or exciting sport. O podría ser ambos. Dangerous and exciting sport, right? Porque sí es peligroso a la final, right? It is a dangerous sport, we could say, right? Motor racing is a dangerous sport, right? Okay. What about this one? Let's go with Henry. It says, can I have a orange juice, please? What do you think? What adjective could we use?
Can I have a delicious fresh orange juice, please?
A what? Sorry?
A delicious fresh.
Very, very good. Yes, delicious. You could use. You could say delicious or you could say fresh, right? Both of them are correct. Delicious orange juice, please. What do you think about this one? Nicole, it says New York. New York is a very what? What? What could you say about New York, Nicole?
Beautiful.
You say beautiful, but beautiful what? ¿Qué es Nueva York?
City.
A beautiful city. Very, very good. You could say beautiful city, no problem. A pesar de que no está aquí, sería correcto decir it's a beautiful city. Pero, por ejemplo, usando estas palabras que están aquí, podrías haber dicho big city, busy city, cosmopolitan city, right? But beautiful city is also correct. También es correcto. Beautiful city. Okay, Charlie Chaplin, he was an actor from movies. Era un actor de películas. Charlie Chaplin made some very, Allison, what could we say? Charlie Chaplin made some very what?
Funny films.
Funny films, yes, porque justo hacía comedia él, ¿verdad? Funny films. Very funny films, right? Okay, my friends, before we continue, antes de continuar, ya saben, chicos, we're going to end this meeting, connect again immediately, okay?